We want to see if anyone's had a personal story where the migrant crisis affected them. So,
I wish I did.
I wish you did too. My family has a property near the border, and these illegals cross through the property, and I defend myself against them. I shoot at them. And I'm worried if Biden gets reelected, that I'm going to get prosecuted for hitting some of them.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's why he can't.
That's why he can't get elected.
That's right.
Yeah, really. I have property by the border. It's a family property, and illegals or migrants come over the property, and we shoot at them. And I'm worried that if Biden gets reelected, I'm going to get prosecuted or something for shooting at them.
For something you have every right to defend.
And I'm worried that if Biden gets reelected, I'm going to get prosecuted for the people that I hit.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, it's just terrible. I think I hit someone last week, and I'm just,
Do you think you did, really?
this is like, and like, but like, what are you going to do?
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do, right?
Yeah.
Take up arms, protect what's yours.
Friend of the network, Walter Masterson, is at it again, trolling MAGA and debunking their ridiculousness straight to their faces.
I believe immigration is a huge problem right now.
What's one of the biggest issues for you right now as a voter?
Border security.
The border.
Yeah, the border, definitely.
What's your biggest concern as a voter?
Probably the border.
I would have to say probably the illegal immigration.
What's the biggest issue right now that you want to see solved?
Closing the border.
What's one of the biggest issues you care about as a voter?
Build the wall. Build the wall.
Build the
Build the
wall.
wall. That's the most important thing.
The migrant crisis, how has it affected you personally?
Nothing.
It hasn't.
Personally, I don't think I've been personally affected yet.
Wait, why not?
Well, there's no services being used in the small town that I'm used. They haven't overwhelmed my little small town.
Yeah.
They haven't affected my work yet or anything like that. However, it's affected me thinking that it's possible there could be terrorists coming through there.
Have you been personally affected by the migrant crisis?
Not so far. I haven't seen anything.
Does anyone have a personal story of how they were affected by the migrant crisis?
Does anyone care about the migrant crisis in this country? Has anyone personally been affected by it?
We all are personally affected by it.
Oh, good. Do you have a good story about it? We're trying to get one person to tell us
I
their
don't
personal.
have a direct story, but gotta
Sorry.
find someone with a direct story.
I know, that's what we're trying to do. That's why we're calling out, bothering people. But someone's going to have one. It's so important, to all of us.
Sometimes the best way to combat Republican propaganda is just to let them do all the talking, especially when it comes to talking points like immigration, poverty, and crime that are constantly linked to and have historically been linked to race and xenophobia, which is exactly what these people are expressing here.
Coming across legally takes you forever. They grill you.
But they grill you? It's really intense?
Yeah. They grill you. Want to know what you know? Open the trunk, open the windows. Let's see what's in the car.
Sounds like they're doing it right by that border.
Oh, they're doing it right. But my point is, I'm just a middle-class Canadian, and they're giving me crap. And meanwhile, anyone can come across the southern border.
Well, next time you should fly to Tijuana and then drive back up.
Yeah, exactly.
This Canadian Trumper is a perfect example of how the media has consistently ignored tackling the root causes of our problems with immigration, opting to play into the bigotry underlying the whole issue.
I am from New York State, so I get a lot of stories, and I see a lot of stories that's going on with New York State.
So what's happened to you?
Well, nothing personally.
Your family, do they have a personal story?
Yeah, they're trashing hotels. They're trashing motels.
Your family owns these hotels?
No, they don't own any hotels.
Okay, yeah, we were trying to find someone. We want someone to say all right, this is our hotel and it was trashed and everything, because they're trying to get
Otherwise, it's just he said, she said.
Yeah. I don't have any personal.
If Democrats do somehow steal this election again, there will be a civil war. Yeah, it's not going to go over good.
We had a building inspector come and they condemned the building, evacuated
So
everyone.
get rid of the migrants?
Yeah.
Well, good.
Yeah.
They my heart goes out to migrants. It really does. I mean, I'm sorry for their situation, but they can't come over here.
In other words, her heart only goes out to migrants whenever she feels like they aren't a threat to her country, which is just racism with extra steps when it comes down to it.
They're trying to make it a one-vote state or country, and it's like, no.
Yeah, one person, one vote.
And there it is, unprompted. This Trumper just outed herself as a believer in the white supremacist great replacement theory.
No, I'm saying there's people who are out there on food stamps. They're getting free insurance and whatever. Why couldn't we help, other people in bad situations as well, if we could?
We don't do it because it's socialism, though. Like we're not a socialist country. That's what we want to be.
Americans has always been known to help people.
Okay.
I'm not saying I don't say you.
So you would
give them
support
free money all the time, but
yeah, but so you would support like healthcare for all?
I guess I would. Yeah,
Okay.
I would.
So housing for all, healthcare for all.
No, not housing for all. That's not
Just
what I said.
just the veterans. Okay, I don't want to misquote you there.
Right? Yeah, we need to take care of veterans.
And then you have people like this lady who is so close to seeing the inherent contradictions in her beliefs but stumbles right at the finish line. Makes you wonder if she's a landlady or real estate investor, given that she doesn't think guaranteed housing isn't on the same level as guaranteed healthcare or other social safety nets.
They're trying to focus more on the public trying to change global warming instead of the big corporates trying to change, because the corporates are the biggest thing is using plastic, tons of plastic. They're polluting our planet, and they're telling us to stop using plastic, stop doing all this stuff to help climate change and help not pollute the planet. And I think we need to start putting in some policies for corporates and companies to...
Yeah, it's not a person. They try to make it, the corporations do this, or they make it like a person, what's your carbon footprint? And it's, you have 100 corporations doing the majority of the polluting and the carbon, greenhouse gases and everything.
They want us to change, and we're trying, but when these companies give us products that are plastic, they give us plastic, or they give us
single-use plastic.
Exactly.
Single-use plastic. Yep.
Exactly. So.
I mean, I think I'm more plastic than I am man right now.
Yeah, microplastic.
Again, a Trump supporter who recognizes that the real enemy of the American public are corporations and the politicians who prop them up to enrich themselves by screwing us over, still cannot get over that last hurdle to come to terms with the flaws in his beliefs. Check out Walter's full video, link down below, because there is so much more we didn't cover, and check out his other rally stops on his channel, as well as his work on the network's Rebel HQ channel, all, again, linked in the description box below. If there are any stories we missed, if there are any that you would like to submit, get at me and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. DMs are open for your story submissions. And also, if you can, please do support the network. Go to tyt.com/join. Thank you so much. Have a great day.